Hi everyone, welcome to the Smart Charts European session. Hope you're all well. Alright, so we're coming into some of the higher impact news announcements of today and the week. So Canadian retail sales report and US unemployment claims. There are no changes expected to the prior month's results. And actually, it may not be a market mover because there's been now a surprise meeting with President Trump due to speak at the World Economic Forum via satellite. So that well could be the market mover, depending on what Trump actually wants to say. And of course, anything goes, right? I mean, he could turn up and say, okay, I'm putting tariffs on every single country in the world. And we can probably get some really huge moves then in the market, or it just could be a non-event. Okay, but most of the market flows this week have been based on the executive orders that he has been signing, and sometimes that has helped some of our trades go in line with the trend. Sometimes we've seen a lot of trend reversals this week. So in this instance, we've got to be mindful of that volatility. We did highlight that at the beginning of the week, that this is probably going to be the hyper situation we're going to be facing over the month of January. So we'll keep an eye on those news announcements. I mean, obviously with the Canadian dollar, there's no real theme right now, okay? We had a big move in the Canadian dollar at the beginning of the week when Trump signed in 25% tariffs on Canadian goods, okay? But it's just been quite whipsawy because no one knows, okay, well, what's the long-term effect of that going to be? Because, well, tariffs will also affect the US economy as well. So again, we've got a lot of different themes at play, all sort of conflicting. Okay, so if you're turning up to the currency market, you might be seeing a bit more range-based price action, a bit more whipsawy price action. You just need to be patient and wait for the themes. Look, we've had months of really good themes and great opportunities. There's been good opportunities this week as well, but obviously less than what we have been trading over prior weeks. Of course, most of the flows right now are in global stock markets. Okay, that's where the money's flowing into, rallying higher at record highs. So if you're a trend trader, then I'm sure you've been capitalizing on those. But actually, the trend has been so strong, you've had to go to the intraday charts, okay, and the intraday charts and lower time frames to capitalize on those movements. So there are some clear themes there, and there's clear opportunities as well. This is where being a multi-asset class trader is actually quite useful, because when the money's not flowing into the currency market, maybe the money's flowing into the stock market. When the money's flowing out of the stock market, maybe it's moving into the commodity market or back into the currency market. All that speculative money has to be flowing into and out of somewhere. Okay, so the benefit of being a multi-asset class trader is that we get a chance then to follow the money, all right, and sort of where those opportunities are. But really, this week it's all been about the US dollar in the currency market. That's where the focus has been, and it's going to continue to be that way today as well. Of course, on Friday with the Bank of Japan policy rate, so interest rate announcement, that could be interesting to see if there's any big surprises, okay, and maybe that could set a trend in the yen pairs over the next few weeks. We don't know, all right, but again, we'll keep an eye on that as well. So in this instance, when we're waiting for some big themes to actually align and converge and create some of these trends and longer term moves, in absence of that, we just stick to trading market flows. We are a bit more conservative, not necessarily time for really high reward to risk long term positioning in the currency market, just trading the shorter term flows and market momentum, all right? And there's a few things actually that are quite interesting technically, and that the London and Sydney trading floors have actually identified. So let's go into Smart Charts and have a look at those. Okay, so here we are on the market breakout strategy, 4-hour chart and pound US dollar. And the market breakout strategy, one that utilizes moving averages, the yellow and blue lines on the chart, and moving averages just give you a smooth line of price direction, okay? And basically when the yellow is below the blue line, signifies a potential downtrend, okay, and when the yellow tries to cross above the blue line, signifying there's some potential upside, okay? And it also utilizes fractals, which are the green and red chevrons on the chart, and those aim to replicate turning points of the market. And it's a versatile strategy because it helps to identify and trade different types of conditions. So we can use the market breakout strategy to help identify any trend continuation plays, just like here, sellers have been turning up in these moving averages, okay? But we can also use it to help trade other types of conditions, such as consolidation breakouts in line with a trend. So it's quite a versatile one. So on top of what Smart Chart is finding, okay, and of course, if you're not familiar with that, then just make sure you're reviewing all the e-learning materials in your Learn section, attending all your live trading events, online classes, workshops, boot camps, and of course, you know, your coaching sessions as well. But we get Smart Chart to do a lot of the legwork for us, and there's a couple of things that we look for ourselves. So again, very simple checklist. We go through that on your 3-day live trade certification Learn Forex workshop, okay, and that checklist for me has been an absolute game changer in my trading, because what it does, it gives a focus. You know, it gives a focus, so when we turn up, we can navigate a $7 trillion market with all the different things going on and craziness that develops. We can turn up with a focus where we turn up on a certain date, a certain time, click on some flashing markets, and simple checklist, job done. And it's that focus and consistency and objectivity on a daily, weekly basis is what helps to find more consistent returns, okay, in a much more stress-free manner as well. Because remember, this is a mental game, so you're going to make sure you're approaching the game in a way that you can support yourself from the mental aspect, okay. And so what is a checklist? Well, we know the benefit of the checklist as well is on your 3rd day of your trade certification Learn Forex workshop, we can take that focus and train and condition ourselves every single week to have 100% belief and confidence in following that checklist, following the process, listening to the market through your back testing and forward testing optimization work, which is an absolute game changer when you're incorporating that into your trading routines. So for the checklist, we just use look for a couple of things. That's it. Okay. So the first thing is that, you know, I like to trade in the moving average zone. So I want to be on the blue line, on the yellow line. Anywhere in between that is fine. In a downtrend, I consider that moving average zone to be a sell zone. In an uptrend, consider that to be the buy zone. Okay. So I like to trade in the zone because it just gives me a focus. I can say, well, look, right now I'm in the zone, and last time sellers, they turned up here. You know, they turned up here. They turned up here. Okay, so look, they've turned up here before, and we've been trading these before, so maybe they could turn up here again, right? You know, that's trend trading, isn't it? Looking for repeated patterns of behavior to continue in the same direction. All right, that's the first thing. The second and final thing is that I would like to see a visible level of support or resistance on the chart. You know, I just want to see something else on the chart that can tell me, oh yeah, there is a high probability chance of sellers turning up, okay? And there's different things you can use, okay? Couple of the most simple ones, but actually still very effective. You get your horizontal support levels. So again, over here, you can see that price turned here, price turned here at this support level, okay? And then it broke through, and now it could find resistance. So you can get these support and resistance switchovers, okay? So, you know, in this instance here, you can see this price turned here, price turned here, okay, so it's acting as a support level here, then price broke through, and now, you know, it can act as a level of resistance. So in terms of these opportunities, you know, these ones also bounced off horizontal resistance levels, okay. So actually where we are right now, we have the same sort of thing, don't we? We have this support level here, price bounced off it, then it broke through, and now we're on it, so maybe it could act as a level of resistance. Okay, so, you know, we have that exact same repeated pattern of behavior developing here. All right, so sometimes you can get some horizontal levels, okay, of support and resistance, and sometimes you can get some angled ones as well. So for example, you know, if we take these high points here, okay, so on this angle of price, on this angle of price, price got to this angle of price, you know, and we had this sell-off. Okay, so sometimes you get diagonal ones as well, okay, and actually interestingly, look, we've come into the same angle of price here as well. All right, so what we actually end up having here, okay, is a confluence of resistance areas, right? We've got a confluence of clues all converging around the same place. So on top of helping to identify opportunities, and then we just have to look for a couple of things ourselves, okay, and because we're looking for the same things day in, day out, exactly like you would have been looking for those same things here and here and here for these trading opportunities, you know, we can just look for the same things here. All right, so again, it's that kind of visualization. We know what we're looking for before we even turn up. We know what we want to see before we even turn up. It's that level of focus which helps to get the highest level of performance. And that's it, a couple of things, and then basically smart charts will do the rest of the work, which is actually the most important work, risk management. If we click the down icon, we'll populate an entry price of the blue dot, stop loss of the red dot, target the green dot, and do all your percentage risk, reward to risk, currency conversion calculations for you. The key there is just to keep the risk low, make sure you're able to deal with the random distributions of wins and losses. And then I like to set an expiry, so in this instance we can give it to the end of the day here, all right, and decline or accept the trade, and then see if we get the flows continuing across the European and also the US markets. Okay, and what has happened before is going to repeat itself again, and is a trade going to continue? All right, and so in this instance, if sellers don't turn up to continue to move and get to the entry level by the end of the day, this pending trade would expire. Didn't win, didn't lose, didn't cost anything. If they do decide to turn up, then that will trigger into a live open trade. Either it goes to the target level, the green dot, or it goes to the stop loss level, the red dot. So either it turns into a winning trade or a losing trade. But either way, our job is done. Now it's up to the market to do what it wants to do. Our focus is on the next trading opportunity. Okay. All right, so look, that is it from me. Make sure you're tuning in to all the other live trading webinars happening out throughout today. Interact with the traders, you're looking for opportunities, okay? But in the meantime, all the best for your trading, and I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.